Good morning slash afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian Wallace. I'll be presenting for Professors Dale McCartney's Econ 211, Section 1 Fall 2025 course. Today, what I'll be presenting for this presentation is on value-added tax, commonly known as VAT, and its role in the Bahamas. I'll be covering the definition of VAT, its who does it affect, its history, and its importance and purpose. Value-added tax, also known as VAT, is a consumption tax placed on goods and services. It's charged on most items that are bought, sold, or imported in the Bahamas. I state most right now, but I'll cover it. I'll go over that again. Currently, the standard rate for VAT is 10%, while some food items are placed at 5%. VAT is a common tax paid by the final consumer, but collected and remitted to the controller of VAT by businesses. VAT is applied. I said VAT is a good. VAT is a consumption tax that's applied to most businesses because it's applied to all. However, there are waivings on certain items because of their purpose. For example, if you started or if people started a fishing business, they can get a waiver for VAT and other taxes and goods such as fishing vessels, but the government will apply a VAT and other taxes upon their sold goods, such as fish, just to balance everything out. Who does so who does VAT affect? VAT affects imported goods and services, thus resulting in it affecting business owners and buyers. To be registered for VAT for your business, you need to be in business. That means you need to be carrying on an activity in which mainly concerned with supplies of goods or services to others. If you make an isolated sale or an off sale, you are not considered to be in business for VAT. So you won't be able to put VAT on your items when being sold. The history of VAT. Before 2015, the Bahamas depended mainly on custom import taxes. However, that system was becoming outdated at the time for how taxes were structured, as the Bahamas was not capturing enough revenue required. To modernize the tax structure, VAT was introduced in January 2015 at an initial rate of 7.5. It later increased to help reduce national debt and fund government operations. But since then, in January 2022, the VAT rate was reduced to 10% to ease the cost of living for support, cost of living and support economic recovery after COVID-19. Now we have the purpose of VAT. The main purpose of VAT is to create a fair and modern tax system for the Bahamas. It helps to increase land revenue and reduce reliance on imports and strengthen the economy. Now, VAT also allows the government to raise consistent revenue to support infrastructure, education and healthcare. Additionally, it reduces national debt and improves transparency in how taxes are collected and managed. Basically, this last part where it said it reduces national debt and improves transparency. It's basically stating instead of having people buy and sell goods and just stating to the government they sold a specific good at 10 o'clock for like $10. Instead, they'll actually have proof for the government would have proof of how much they sold by how much tax they collected from value added tax. So it's going to be a bit harder for people to be able to lie and state whatever they want with certain taxes with certain items because the tax collected or the tax that should be collected would be able to tell so much more than what people will be saying. The importance of VAT. VAT is important because it ensures that everyone contributes to national development through the goods and services they consume. It promotes the economic stability and helps the government maintain essential public services. VAT also encourages better compliance among business and builds trust between citizens and the tax system. In the long run, it supports growth, families, and sustainability in the Bahamas, Bahamian economy. To conclude, this is a blank, but this is the conclusion, so VN. In conclusion, VAT plays a initial and vital role in funding our government's development and maintaining social economic balance. It has changed over the years to meet the needing nation's needed economic and needed it has changed to meet the needs of the nation's revenue, and it still is somewhat of a key source for government revenue. Thank you for listening, and I hope this has helped anyone who's listened to better understand the purpose, importance of VAT and why it's in the Bahamas, even though some of us may not like it. Thank you and goodbye.